We have said that we have been given a challenge here today by the director of NATCOM, the Kenya National Commission of UNESCO, that this being a decade of indigenous mother languages and indigenous knowledge, starting from this year, we want as a university to see how we can harness all that we have in that area of indigenous knowledge. Indeed, many of the things, like many of the trees that we have in this region, many of them used to mean they are medicinal plants, but that knowledge is disappearing. For example, if I look around here, I can see a tree like this one, which we call Wambugia ugandensis. Yes, a tree like that is a very useful tree in our tradition, and it is used to cure many diseases. Now, that knowledge is getting lost. We also have many other trees like Prunus africana and many others that in our tradition they used to know what it was curing. And when people fell sick, when our children fell sick, if it's diarrhea, if it is this or that disease, our parents then knew what kind of tree to go for. That knowledge is disappearing, and we need to document it. Also, in addition, as you know, many of our mother tongues are also disappearing. And you know, even where you have come from, you know that those languages are disappearing. And we should be the people now as universities to ensure that those knowledges are preserved and that they continue in perpetuity. So we are here as a university to ensure that happens. And the challenge we have been given by UNESCO of 10 years, I'm sure in 10 years' time, we will have done a lot and we will have achieved a lot in that area. I want to say as a university, we have taken that challenge, and we will start now planning how we can deliberately incorporate indigenous knowledge, our mother tongues, in our curriculum. And starting with the Department of Humanities, that is supposed to be handling these things, we will now start discussing, we'll have a conversation on how to start making our mother tongues part of our curriculum.
Thank you very much. I've said that I've challenged the universities to come up with content to ensure that they preserve the indigenous language by packaging the content of the indigenous languages and putting it in technology so that our young people can actually learn through ICT, just like the way we have, View Sasa. Let's package that content, and the universities are capable of doing this because we are losing our languages. This is today we are celebrating the International Mother Language Day, and it is also within the decade of indigenous languages. UNESCO has set apart 10 years, decade from 2022 to 2032. These 10 years is a decade to promote the indigenous language and also indigenous knowledge so that it doesn't get lost. Traditionally, our mothers, our parents, they never used to go to hospital. They knew if a child has measles, there is a certain tree. So that knowledge is getting lost. And we can package it now so that it doesn't get lost because it is gold, Indigenous knowledge is something that is very precious. It should not disappear. So indigenous languages or languages of our mothers, we should not forget them. And the universities have an opportunity to use technology in teaching, different languages. In a nutshell, the importance of our mother language is we don't forget our culture. We cannot learn our culture without learning our language. That is very, very important. And our culture is what connects us with the past. It's what connects us. And when I was giving my speech, I gave a story of I met the Madam Azure, the Director General of UNESCO. In her message to the world, has talked about a boy called, Heaven. This boy is a story that he grew up abroad, but at one point, he told his parents he wants to go back to his country, back home in Ghana to learn his language. But we are saying children don't have to do that. Yes, it is good to experience, but they can learn their languages now using technology. So let's harness the power of technology. We are in the era of artificial intelligence, and therefore we can do it. We can learn our multi-languages using technology.
Have our parents failed in that area of teaching the children
Yes,
the first languages?
I'm one of them. So some of our children, my children don't know. I tried when they were young, but when they went to school, they had learned, and they never made effort. So I think also our institutions also should ensure that our children don't unlearn the language that they have. We should encourage them to speak their language so that they don't get it. Thank you.
Kushukuru the university and pia UNESCO kutambua kwamba katika sherehe ya siku ya leo ya kimataifa tupate kuwa katika kaunti ya Embu, hasa katika university yetu ndani ya kaunti 47. Kwa hivyo hilo ni jambo ambalo ni tunuku na hatuwezi kuchukua jambo la kawaida. Kama nilivyosema awali ni kwamba lugha ya mama ni lugha ambayo inabidi tuirudie na tuienzi, sababu lugha hiyo inaleta jamii pamoja. Lugha hiyo inaleta kujitambulisha wewe ni nani, na ukiona hata wakati huu naambiwa usijitambulishe unatoka wapi. Sasa hiyo ni njia moja wapo ambapo unajaribu kuiua, lakini ukihamasisha kutoka kwa watoto wadogo kwamba wakapata kujua lugha yao, huwa kuna ile hali ya kujisikia kweli niko na identity, natoka wapi. Katika nyanja za kikazi kutumia hiyo lugha ya mama, nakumbuka sisi sote kwamba tulikuwa nakaa pamoja zamani zile, kaa pamoja mnatoa stories za kwa lugha ya mama, na zilikuwa zinaingia katika mili yetu na pia katika fikra zetu, na si rahisi kutoka mpaka sasa hivi tunazikumbuka. Hivyo mbinu hiyo serikali pia inaendelea kutumia kwamba ikapata kudumisha hali hizo, ili pia kwa mambo ya usalama ikapata kuweza kuboreshwa. Sababu unapoambia mtoto kilugha kwamba hili jambo na lile si nzuri kwa sababu ya hivi na hivi, na tumeishi miaka hii yote na lugha hii na hali hii, mtoto yule anajivunia na si mwepesi kutoka nje tena kuweza kuchokoza jamii nyingine katika jamii zetu tunazoishi.